Hey guys, welcome to Raj Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing? Welcome all my GameStop astronauts. I bet today, since GameStop is up $1.50, all my astronauts will be here letting me know it's going to go to $800 any minute now. And unfortunately, it's not. It's going to keep coming down. I'm going to show you guys why I'm actually in a very good mood today, because the hedge is working perfectly. Everything is working perfectly. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into what I'm looking at that could make me over $1 million next week. So lots of stuff to go over today. Welcome, everyone. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button. If you're watching me on Facebook, make sure you click that follow button. But let's get right into it today. Let me show you where we're at. So good day today, down only $83,000. IDEX today. This is our big play for Friday. I want this thing at 350, get the hell out of it. If it's not at 350, the good news is if I go out another month, we could sell these. They're going to be, 50, 60 cents. No matter what, we have $15,000 more that we're going to get out of this. So it's definitely going to be it's going to be an interesting 2 days. At one point today, it was down almost 40 grand. It was, IDX went down to like $2.95 or $2.97. I was like, oh God. It's crashing. But then a strong rally with once the Fed didn't make any changes and stuff. So looking good there. Jaguar today, same thing. That was actually down earlier and had a nice little bounce back. So, at least it's showing some support around this $2 level. Hopefully we get that news and Jeff Schwartz can serve up the lemonade for everyone down in Punta Cana or down there at the Hard Rock. Gold Rich Mining today was back up for us, back to the nickel. So that's a hold. This social detention, thank God we got in and out, showed you guys how to make a quick trade on that one and made some money. And then our GameStop. So this is very interesting. GameStop today basically was up $1.64. It had been up. This is why I love this, because this thing is getting so weak. You got 110 million people who have already got stimulus money. Bitcoin has had its run and come back down. Where are the astronauts? Of course, a couple of them were nice enough to stop by and they leave comments on my videos. Oh, the bald guy is going to lose all his money. And then I start thinking, why are they calling me names? I'm like, the bald guy. Well, then I started thinking, well, isn't like half of America going bald once you get old? And then I was watching CNBC today and I was looking like all these CEOs that are and business people that are worth millions and billions of dollars, they're all going bald. So then I actually felt really good about myself in my trade. So there's none of those astronauts going to do, astronauts, apes, whatever they want to be called, to slow us down and what we are doing. So let me show you what's going on here. And this is where it gets very interesting. This is market maker manipulation, but I don't really care, because what I do know is that in 2 days, no matter what, this 185,000, 77,000, and 30,000, that's $285,000 goes to zero. So what does that mean? Those puts expire worthless unless the stock drops to 150. I've never seen, yesterday the stock was down 10 points and this came down $2, $3. This is unheard of. A stock is only up $1 today. Even when the stock was down $2 or $3 today, this is very interesting here. This was down like, $3.25 difference. It's very unusual for something to not really move or moves less than 1%. And this has a 30% change in a day. Just very, very unusual. So Kevin, $5 super chat. Successful people are bald. I agree. Haters gonna hate. I almost was going to wear my wig today and be like, you know what? I'm going to make so much money on this. I'm going to buy a toupee when this is all over with. So what we have right here is we have $285,000 in premiums that are all going, like I said, hopefully all expire worthless. And hopefully the stock is somewhere near the 150s in the next 2 days. If the stock sits where it is, God bless it. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. No matter what, I got 285,000 more out of it. This at some point is going to get very volatile in the next couple of days, especially next Monday and Tuesday. So the problem right now is it's sitting at about a VIG. The volatility rate on this one is about $20 right now. So if you look at the strike price, and this is also very confusing because when you look at the stock price, you have the percentages. So if it's trading at $20, let's say it's got a 20% volatility rate. If it's $300 a share, then the put or the call at the 300 is $60. If it's 200, the put or the call is $40 at the strike. And let's say it's $100, the put or the call is $20. So based on that knowledge and what I know, this is how I'm mapping out my next evil play on it. So let me explain this. Well, let me go through. So just one other thing today, I did do one trade today. Like I said, if I had more buying power available to me to keep rolling up, we could make a lot more money. But I did a small little play. I rolled the 105s to the 115s and basically picked up an additional $7,000 towards my hedge, which will expire on Friday. So this is good. So let me show you what I'm looking at and what I'm trying to say with this 20% VIG on the strike price when you go out like a week on GameStop. But next week with earnings, so I'm going to let all this expire worthless. Well, hopefully it all expires worthless. I mean, if it comes down even below 150, we'll have to do some adjustments. But it really doesn't matter. The other thing also, no matter what, I am 100% going to make money on this play, because the other thing also, I can hedge even the week that we are out there. You can always sell puts to open against even right now that these are $9.75, I can let them just expire worthless. So even on this week here, where this is $9.55 right now, if I want to make money and we don't think GameStop is going to drop, let's say to 100, I could go out right now and I could sell the 120s and they're $15 and I make another $5 and I keep that 15 and I let this 100s for $9.55 expire worthless. But that wouldn't even come into play until a week out. But where it gets exciting is next week. So when we look at next week's strikes, we'll do all here. And this is what I was saying. So GameStop right now at $210 is probably around $40 based on my 20% theory of volatility. Let's see. Yep, there you go. So GameStop at $210. The put for next week, $46 right now. So that implies that it basically has about a 21, 22% thing. So if the stock was at $300, that would be around $60. But obviously it's 112 because it's way below that. And if the stock was at $100, it should be around 20. So if GameStop all of a sudden dropped to $100, that option for next week that's $5.50 right now would be $20. This is where this gets interesting. So let's say GameStop, we have earnings next week, and this is going to be my hedge. And this is where I need your guys' help because I don't know what to play. So look at this. The 120 for next week is $9.65. We've already hedged this thing. And right now, if I wanted to, and we have a profit in this, if we take our 270 and this sits at, $9, $10 or whatever, we're actually already ahead. So next week, depending on where I hedge, and what I do, I can look at these. So if I do this one right in here at, $10, let's say, I already have 100% of my profit next week. If the stock was to drop below $120 next week, then no matter what, I'm still always going to be ahead. I wouldn't want to go way out there. If you really want to get crazy and you don't think it's going to go below 140 or something, you write the 1490s, I can make, $1.8 million on it next week if it doesn't drop below that. So this is where it gets tricky. I'm going to wait until Monday or Tuesday. So we found out it reports after the market closes. That's right. After the market closes on Tuesday is when GameStop reports. So the most volatility, Monday is going to get really volatile. Tuesday is going to be extremely volatile, especially if this thing is down any or up any. I don't see this thing running on earnings because here's what we know. They lost money. Yes. Do they have some money? It could be like AMC, but AMC hasn't had that run up like GameStop did. AMC was $4, went to $12. And while we're talking about AMC, and hopefully all my astronauts are in the house watching, or apes, or whatever they want to be known as today. I think AMC is going to be my next play, very similar to what you saw me doing with GameStop. The thing is, and I know how it is you guys want to see, trust me, I want to see too. Every day I want to see green. But these plays, you have to look at them, and they take a little time. It's not like every day they, are going to be done and stuff. So, this is very interesting. Like I said, now the other thing too, like I was saying, is no matter what, let's say, okay, so by next week, we're going to be probably break even or finally have a profit on this trade. Now, let's say we go all the way out to this week. So, and this is hard to really look at these numbers because obviously based on where the stock is, it's hard to say because we don't know where the stock will be in 10 days or a week out. But let's just say we were to look at today, for example. Whoops, it's the wrong one. Sorry, I meant to do the April first ones here. So let's say we were doing these. So I own the puts to buy. Let's say it's not cooperating or we don't think GameStop's coming down. So right now this is sitting at this, 980, 955 or whatever it is in the middle there. So this is $9. I can come out, and GameStop sitting at $200. I come out to the 150 and it's $24.75. I could sell the $24.75 right now for $2.5 million. I don't care what the 100s do. If GameStop goes to $1,000, God bless it. I can make $2.5 million right now, plus the $700,000 we've already made on the other trades. 3.1 million, and I laid 1.7 million, and I let those 100s expire worthless. So this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys when you're hedging these. So there's so much opportunity, in this and stuff. There's so much protection. So it's not like it's just going nowhere and, you're going to, just be out this money and stuff. Like I would never just lay $1.7 million and just hope for the best with it. So, and of course, I'm not showing the screen, but yeah. So this is what I was showing you guys. So sorry, I didn't have the screen on. I get so excited when I talk about this sometimes. So here you have the 100 at, the 955 or whatever it closed at, and you can, like I said, I could write the 120 for 14, and pick up $5. I could write the 130. Obviously, I can't do any of this until it gets a little closer, but I have the ability. So I mean, we're gonna know. So let's just say earnings. We lay a big hedge next week. We pick up all that money. All of a sudden, GameStop runs to $1,000. Even if GameStop runs to $1,000 and our $100 contract is $2, the 150 is still going to be $6. We'll still pick up more money. So, obviously, if you do it today, it's better than if you waited to do it, later on or something. So, lots of different scenarios and ways to do it. And we're going to figure it all out and how to do it the best. In other news, big shout out to Kenny and the research team. Had a bunch of good ones today. Had IMTL was up today, MDMP, UAMM, CHNC, a China one, NRPI, VBHI, AABB. What did that one do today? AABB, because that's the one that that was the one I knew I should have stayed in longer. Wow, got as high as 41 cents, closed at 38. MLHC, PRSU, PVSP, IPSI, HPNN, and all those were winners that Kenny and the research team gave out to all our Patreon people today. And also, guys, if any of you want to join our Patreon group, you just go to patreon.com, Raja Makes Money, and you sign up, and then we have the private Facebook group. Just follow the directions. Very easy to get added in, and piece of cake. Also, guys, today USEI was flat. Looking for a follow through, Kenny says. GEGR down for the day. XALL flat to down a little. Let's look at an AM again. MNVN choppy, but looks to have some life. And also, Kenny points out, again, these calls are swing trade calls. So the Jack B Nibble approach is what is needed to take advantage of them. That's Kenny's favorite news saying, Jack B Nibble. Also, guys, remember, we do not trade other people's money. We don't front run any of these, OTC stocks or, and different things. This is all my money at play. You guys saw, SEC busted somebody else for doing that. I'm not, the options. These are my strategies. Remember, guys, this channel is for entertainment purposes only. We just hope you guys have fun. We're sharing with you the trades we make. It's up to you what you guys do with them. So. Ernest says, and welcome, Ernest, is one of our YouTube sponsors who stands out in the chat. That's how I was able to see this message so easily and has access to our cool emojis. What are the benefits of joining Patreon? Is it all on Facebook or how does it work? So it is all. So on the Patreon app itself is where all the trades I make in real time, I immediately post for you. So you make a trade, it's there. I mean, I make a trade, it's there for you. You can see what I'm doing in real time. I buy it, I sell it, whatever I'm doing. Within 30 seconds, a minute of the trade being executed, I've made a post about it. Sometimes they're limit orders, sometimes they're market orders, and stuff. I also give you my end of the day there. You have all that. Facebook is where other people, you guys can share ideas. You guys can talk about different stocks. If you have questions for Kenny and the research team, he's there all day for you to help you guys out. So that's where all that happens on the Facebook private group. Woofs, better call Kenny. I'm up over 200% on AABBE. There you go. Congratulations, Woofs. That's awesome. Doing really good there. And like I says, lots of stuff going on. James in the house. TKAT. Stock was pumping. Let's take a look at it, James. Also another news. Bitcoin was, hit the new high 62,000, then came down yesterday and now back up today, coming back strong. I don't know if it's from the Fed minutes or what's making it run, but it's coming back strong. TKAT. Cocoon Art Company. Not familiar with that one. And thank you, Sandy, for the $1 lucky super chat. Thank you so much. Let's see here. 6-month chart. Wow, that was a huge spike today. Another one I don't know anything about. So, James, if you have information, but yeah, definitely had a nice day, 277% up. Is this a NFT with the art or something? I don't know, like I said, anything about it. I do want to figure out how do I take all my jackpot videos and make them into these NFTs and really get it going. So, Ernest says, thank you for the explanation. Very welcome. And also, like I said, thank you guys to all our YouTube sponsors and stuff. Really appreciate the support of the channel. All right, next one up. Somebody says Zom. I know you guys like that one. That's the one Jeff Schwartz likes a lot. How's that one looking? This is RB80. Asked about Zom. This is another one. It's definitely run. It's run higher before. It's hanging in there. I played it before. I made a little money on it and got out of it. Definitely small float, trades on volume, and it's starting to flag now. So it'll definitely be interesting where this one goes. Sandy, $2 super chat. Does Kenny provide Canadian stocks as well? Overall, we really haven't done much with Canadian stocks. The only stuff that I actually have ever really played on the Canadian market is I had some, I actually still have some marijuana stocks that I had to put up through the Canadian markets. So probably for Canadian stuff, we're probably not the best because we're not really, I'm not really, I obviously I had any news and stuff, but I really don't know the Canadian markets that well. Honestly, I've just never followed them and stuff. So just be honest with you. Carla, is Forex a different investment option avenue, or are you referring to coin investments on Charles Schwab? So if you're talking about like the Bitcoin, that's different. Forex is a little bit different. Well, it's totally different than the stocks, and it also has different trading hours. There's a whole different animal. That who actually is really good on the Forex trading and does it, and especially like with the currency trading and stuff, is Kevin, the Clickfather. He would be the one to actually talk to if you have some questions about that and stuff. So he'd definitely be the one. Jeff Scott, are marijuana stocks going anywhere? Some are and some aren't. So hold on. Actually, Kenny just told me, he says Forex is his old game, Carla. So, Carla, you're obviously a Patreon, one of our original Patreon members. So get a hold of Kenny and he can definitely assist you on the Forex stuff. I don't ever do it really. So I'm not the one to help on that. But yeah, back to marijuana stocks going anywhere. Some are, some aren't. What did Sundial do today? Was that up today? Sundial Growers, a little bit. Well, not a whole lot there. If the Biden administration legalizes this and puts it through, it's going to be big, if it gets. But I think long term, marijuana stocks are going to be good and stuff. I think this is one that Kenny had. See, this Celio. It's another one. I think this was one that the Kenny and the research team had. It was a marijuana stock. This is with Mexico and stuff. But yeah, I think, long term they're gonna be worth something. Especially like I said, the biggest problem and hurdle that marijuana stocks have is that is the shipping. So if I own a marijuana company and I want to sell marijuana, or I'm gonna open a pot store or a product, I have to replicate that in all 50 states or all states that have it available to sell marijuana. So it definitely makes it a little bit hard and stuff. But this one's pretty interesting. Colombia to Mexico. Emmanuel, question, Scott. I trade stocks and only use my money. I see I have $716,000 margin available. Would it be a good idea to use them for day trading? So this is what we've talked about. When the market runs like it did today, both in Dow and the NASDAQ had good up days. Usually the OTC stuff does really well. Using margin works really well in a bull market. In a bear market, using margin can also hurt you really badly because if the stocks come down, you're losing twice as much. If the stocks are running, you're gaining twice as much by borrowing against it. So be careful how you use your margin, and just do stuff that makes sense to you. Nathan, how can we get an RRM poker chip? Any update on merchandise? So the poker chips I've been giving away at the casinos. I gave some away last night to Simon and Doug A. I don't even know where Doug A is today. Probably see him later on tonight. But so only a very few of those are out there, and they're getting like I said, a few of them are out there, but they're you guys will be able to start getting them, and we are going to work on some merchandise stuff in the future. All right, Nathan. Oops, where we go? Nathan. Victor, $3 super chat. Thank you so much, Victor. Sandy, $5 super chat. Is it worth buying Apple and Facebook stocks now? I don't see new generation using Facebook anymore. What do you think of Facebook's future? So I love Apple. I can't say enough good things about Apple long term, and I'm going to play Apple again here in the future. I love Apple. The thing that really hurt me is I trade with Schwab. Schwab and some of these other brokerage firms have changed all the margin requirements, and you don't have that leverage. And if you don't have the leverage, it's harder to make those plays with those stocks. So Apple, I still like Apple. Excuse me. It's been bouncing around. Today it was way down, came way back, from where it was in the market. It's a great company. At 125, in my opinion, it's a great deal. This thing was $142, $145 at one point. This is way off the highs. I'm also going to tell you this. I think the market is going to have a pullback, because here was the thing. The market didn't get the market got the news it wanted, with interest rates and the Fed and inflation and all that. They got what they wanted to hear, right? And it went up a little bit, but I mean, this market going up, 1%, 100 points, 200 points, that's nothing on 33,000. So the market, and based on tomorrow, it looks like the Dow's up a little bit. Futures are pretty flat there. The market got the news it wanted. Where was that 700 point route? The stimulus 700. The market's going to pull back. It is what they like to say, frothy. It's overvalued, and it's going to pull back at some point. Apple has already pulled back. I mean, this stock is 20% off its highs, or 18%, whatever 145 to 124 is. If this market drops, Apple could drop 10% more. It could be $110 again. If this market runs again, it could definitely come up. The one thing I know about Apple is, will Apple be worth more in 2021 or 2022 than it is today? 100% yes. Will Apple be worth more in 2024 than it is? Yes. It's a great company. So I think it has a lot of opportunity, and will definitely go where. Also, Facebook. Here's the thing with Facebook. So you mentioned new generation. So yeah, there is so many new social medias, the new chat, Clubhouse, and all this stuff. And something I honestly, I can't join them all because it just sucks up too much of your time and your day. And there is so much social media out there. I don't know. I think Facebook's in a great position. They have a lot of stuff. They're definitely an animal. You also have to think about other countries too. Facebook and some of these things have better growth opportunities in other countries, and as those countries, get better one day, there's an opportunity. But yeah, I mean, I think Facebook's solid. Do I think Facebook is going to, keep rallying? No, I think this first quarter of the year is going to be really soft for them. I don't see a big earnings blowout. New earnings will start here in a couple of weeks, in 4 or 5 weeks. I think it'll be very, very interesting on that one. So Apple, 100% yes. Facebook at this price level, it's iffy, that would be what I say. Jeff Schwartz, where do you see CCIV going from this point? A lot of buzz and heard reservations are nearly sold out on its high-end vehicle. The CCIV is very interesting. Couple of things. One, they still don't have a deal, correct? It's not unofficial. I mean, it's out there. I think it's going to happen, but you still have to have the deal. You have the pipe. It's going to it's going to be interesting. If Apple was to get in the fray, maybe that would help it. If Apple, picks another company. But honestly, at the end of the day, I think that the car looks beautiful. Obviously, nobody's driven one, so we don't know if it's any good. I think at the end of the day, they're going to do well. I don't, it's hard to say in this market. If everybody wants to jump on it, yeah, it'll be back to $50-$60. I think it sits around this. Like I said, I think $25, 22 to 25 is the base. I think the high, maybe you see 34, 35 on it short term. But I think it sits around where it is. I think they've got months to still go. There's not a lot of interesting news. We know the deal. The pipe's $15. They have to hold their, shares for 18 months. It's not going to go under $15. That I can guarantee you. Victor, $5 super chat. I read Kiplinger magazine for finance, but they really do not talk about options. Do you have a favorite finance magazine or website? So to be 100% honest with you, I've just done it so long. I don't really read anything about them or any kind of magazines or options. I am working on actually putting together some videos about how all options and different things work. And I also will not lie. I'm getting ideas of how I want to make my videos. If you just type in how to do this particular option, how does this option work? There is a lot of videos on YouTube showing people option strategies and option or explaining how options work. So, but yeah, I mean, they've been around such a long time and stuff. I am a tree. I bought GameStop puts at $320 and I'm still down big despite the stock dropping over $100. I'm kind of getting spooked. What should I do? They are $75 puts for April 16th. Yeah, and this is what I said. This is just market manipulation. One thing is so this is very interesting. Last week when GameStop was, 348 and then had that big drop, it was probably what you're talking about. The 100s were like $11-12. They're less now with GameStop at $210. It's like I said, this is all market manipulation. It's going to be very interesting what it does. It'll be very interesting what it does Monday and Tuesday. So, I mean, that's the day I think we'll see the volatility. One thing is, I don't know how many you bought, but why don't you do what I'm doing and just hedge it? If you have the $75 puts for April 16th, pull the chart here. Just hedge your play. So you're even further out than this. So you have the 75s. I don't know what you paid for them, but I mean, you can get. I wouldn't sell it right now. It'd be $4.40. So if you sold like this week, and the other thing, also remember, you can go up. So if you have capital in your account, so if you bought the put to open, you can bought the put to open, you can sell the put to open. Bought the put, you can sell the put to open as a negative, and like I've done, you can go up in price. So you just have to put the money out between the strike price difference, but you can pick up a lot of revenue. But if you come out like next week, the 75 for next week is sitting at pull it up here. Is sitting at $1.88. Like I said, I don't know what you paid for it, but you can definitely hedge it, or you could, like I said, you could write the it's $1.88, come up 10 to 90 if you have the money in your account, and write the 360 to hedge it. So lots of different stuff you can definitely do there to try and help out on that play. So some more questions here. Ramses, I hope I said it right. Ramses. Raj, by becoming a Patreon member, do I have access to private Kenny Facebook page? So it's Roger Makes Money private Facebook page that you get access to, and you get access to Kenny and his research team, and he's in there all day long. So he's whatever questions you have, Kenny replies very quickly. Helps everyone out. I'm sure I recognize a bunch of our Patreon members here and stuff. So that's really good. Rupan at Raja, BNXAF, another good day. Apple is coming out with new super duper iPads. Let's wait and see for that. So one thing, like I said, I love Apple. I can't say enough good things about it. The iPads aren't going to move Apple. Apple needs something with like the car or something really big. iPads haven't been that big of a business, and I don't even know if they're breaking them out individually so that we all know. But yeah, it's definitely everything that come out is going to help them. It's more revenue, but the reopening trades. Everybody now has all these computers. Macs. Or those the cheap ones that Google has. They're like $99. My kids use at school. Everybody has that. So, but Apple has, I think, the smartwatches. What they do in James just said fitness, I think is very true. The medical is going to be huge for them when they get into that and stuff. So, Ying Jun, are you shorting GameStop? Yes, we are playing a put strategy on GameStop. Let me share it with you right here so you can see it. This is what we're doing, and we've hedged our bets right here. So everything is going as planned, and it should all work out really well. Jeffrey says, do you think AMC call options are still viable? It seems like for now the price is going up. Where do you see the price at before it starts falling? I think AMC is, my opinion on AMC, I'm looking at it to, do the same strategy we're doing on GameStop, probably go out further, maybe like 60 days, because it's very cheap. A $10 stock, $12 stock, go out 2 months. They're $2. They're very, very cheap. And it's but it's also very cheap what you're going to write the premiums for. So, something like GameStop where I have 1,000 contracts, something like AMC, I have to write 100,000 contracts or something. So that's where it gets a little tricky, and stuff at times with all that. Sandy, which $5 super chat, thank you. Which has the highest probability? Bitcoin reaching all-time new high, 100K or crash to 10K. Invest in BTC ETFs, your take. Here's the thing with the ETFs. If you want to buy Bitcoin or you're going to hold Bitcoin, just buy it. Unless you're trying to short Bitcoin, the ETFs would are playing, puts and stuff on that stuff. Like I said, I'm blown away by Bitcoin continuing to go up and up and up. I think at some point it's going to come down. We've seen it, when it went to 20,000 back to 4,000 or 5,000. We've seen it, hit the 40, pull back. We saw it hit 62, pull back to 50. It definitely pulls back. If India or Janet Yellen here in the USA bans it or comes out with stuff against it, it's going to have a rough go. Will there be more companies buying it? Yes. Will it keep growing? Yes. But in the Morgan Stanley announcement today, I think helped it. I guess it's just how many more announcements can keep helping it. I'm looking to get back into it for you guys. It will buy some, but I was hoping to get it, back under 40,000 or so. I don't know. It keeps going. Very tough question there. So Penny D, Roger Makes Money is a good group of people. Thank you, Penny, and I hope everyone enjoys it and stuff. Satoshi, Apple's supposed to come out with a flip phone. I haven't heard that. So would it be like where it opens up to a bigger phone or more like the original Motorola flip phone or something? But yeah, definitely going to be interesting. Like I said, Apple's a great company and just so many products coming out. There's Doug A. I was wondering where he was. NFTs are such jokes. Still don't understand that. I don't understand them either. We were talking about this last night after live play. If somebody understands them or knows how to do this, I want to take all my jackpot videos and turn them into NFTs and sell them. I saw the NBA sold $250 million of video or NFTs. So if somebody knows how to do it, please get a hold of me. I want to take advantage of it and sell them all and stuff. Jeff Schwartz, I'm so interested in how you're going to play AMC. Every time everyone thinks it's going to drop, it rebounds. It's extremely resilient. I'm going to play it the same way. No secret way to play it. Should I ask for advice on AMC holding 100 shares at $8? I mean, here's the thing, Jeff. Just, we know they're losing money. We know they're not going to make any money this year. They've told us that. We know they lost more than $1 billion, and we know they're sitting on $1 billion. How many new movies are coming out this year that are going to hit AMC that aren't going to be on HBO Max? That aren't, like I said, I love going to the movies. I'm not questioning the movie experience. I'm just questioning logistics. When movie theaters were 2 or 3 movie theaters, I think it worked out really well. With movie theaters, like the one by me, 24 screens, they don't have 24 movies to put it on. So, I mean, I guess the good news is with social distancing, they can, have 12 movies in 24 screens. They can have each movie in 2 screens and stuff like that. But I don't see it as a long term. I just don't think it's going to survive. And I don't see any other way that you really can change it to make it. I mean, like I said, they can host private parties. They can come in and play video games on a big screen. I don't know. I just that's not going to pay the big money. And you have to remember those rents are huge on those buildings. Those are massive buildings. They're also huge anchors to those shopping centers. So if those don't do well, I don't know. Like I said, I think AMC is going to be my next big short, and I look forward to it. Sandy, PTON, which is Peloton, right here. I got the chart pulled up for you. Time to buy now. This is another one. This was a reopening trade, and this was gyms were closed. I mean, this thing's been way up there. It's come way down. Earnings per share negative. Here's the thing, and this is what I always do, and this is what I always tell people when I'm looking at Apple, and I want to see how Apple's doing. What is the wait? If you go to Peloton, if you go to Peloton's website right now, and you want to order a new, Peloton or a bike, and stuff. I mean, it definitely has good support on the chart right around this level, and based on the 6-month chart. But and they have the subscription model for people to join in and do all that. But how many new bikes are you going to sell? Do people never want to go back to a gym? What I'm finding, like I said, it's a great product, it's good stuff, but you're not going to have that surge of sales like you had during the pandemic when every gym was closed. How many of you went to the store and wanted exercise equipment and couldn't find it or couldn't find anything online? The thing is, now it's out there. So the subscription model play, I think, is that they're big money. They're also losing money. So it's also, how do you turn it around and make money? Great product, great company, but you need to be profitable. So I don't know. I mean, they spend a ton of money advertising, obviously to help sell products. I just think some of the fitness stuff is going to be, I think the fitness stuff you really need to watch, because like I said, people are back to normal. If you said, fast food restaurants are probably going to start coming down in value because things are getting back to normal, and people will start going out to eat again. Or they are. I mean, I've seen the numbers, and I own hospitality businesses, so definitely, are looking at it. James says they have a huge backlog. I was told there wasn't a backlog of orders. Like I said, I'm not positive. Like I said, great product. Somebody else says Peloton still has delivery issues. China supply chain still on board container ships. Yeah, I've heard of some of that stuff, but I meant they have product if the boats and everything get here. One thing I would, like I said, go to their website. This is what I do with Apple. This is how I always know when an iPhone's hot. First of all, when the new ones come out, I get it the first day. I want to have the best iPhone for my live, streams and stuff. But I go to the website, I order my phone, and usually if you do it right when it's released, you always get it that day. But I wait a day, or I wait 5 days, 7 days, and I go look, and it says, I go look and I say, delivery date 3 weeks out. This Apple's, this is a hot product. I go look and it says, delivery tomorrow. They're probably not selling well, or there's plenty of them available and stuff. So definitely want to look at that. BC Mike, $5 super chat. You're focusing on fundamentals for AMC. Millennials don't care about them. The market is changing. 1,000x PE may be the new normal in these. So how do you have 1,000 P&E on a stock that loses money? That's impossible to have. And I understand 100% what you're saying. Yeah, the millennial, like and I've said this before, they're on trading some of these animals, and I've experienced with Express and when we did BlackBerry and some of this other stuff is there is no logic to millennials. They just have money, they want to blow it and jump on it, and as soon as they start losing money, they get scared and they run for the hills. But at the end of the day, these companies have to survive. So yeah, while AMC may go up, it may do something big, today, tomorrow. At some point, there's real money behind these companies, and when you have a $6 billion market cap, and you're, some of these businesses, you have real people to report to, and real people who are going to do it. But I mean, your earnings per share is minus $39. I mean, this is not even 1,000 EXP. They're a 300% negative. I don't know how you figure. Like I said, they have a real hard problem with the real estate and leases and these shopping centers. Think about all these shopping centers that are just gone and stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I said, these momentum plays are just that. It's momentum. At the end of the day, when the Wall Street bet people and whatever group and stuff, when they're gone, they're gone. They're gonna pick a new stock. They're not gonna, at some time somebody's gonna wake up and say, you know what, GameStop is finally over. At some time they're gonna say, AMC. Like I said, I'm a fan of AMC. AMC. I felt bad. I had no idea. And the other thing that you have to look at with AMC, and this is very important, they were losing a lot of money before the pandemic. So companies, if you're going to invest your money and you worked hard for your money, let's pretend it wasn't just stimulus and stuff. But where does AMC go? So you're a cruise line. You were making $1 billion a year. Now COVID hits, you lost $3 billion, but you survived. It reopens, you get going again. We know you're a profitable business, but people don't understand. AMC, GameStop, they weren't profitable businesses. They've been losing money before COVID. COVID just made it the icing on the cake worse, or whatever you want to call it. GameStop has a this big secret e-commerce play, which still makes no sense since they're online. What is Amazon? What is AMC doesn't have what is AMC's e-commerce play? Like I said, AMC could say, you know what, we're gonna, let's say AMC took that $1 billion and they went out and bought all these movies and they launched a streaming service for movies from home. AMC Movies at Home now. There's so many of those services out there, and all that stuff is out there. It's going to be definitely interesting out there. So I'll have to check it out. Doug A says, check out Fly. Ticker symbol Fly. There's rumors of a takeover. So Fly leasing near its highs for 6 months. I don't know anything about this. Make a deal could herald Constitution wave 4 days ago. I have no clue. I didn't know what it would be worth. Some of this, and airplanes and opening trades are to come back. So who knows? Doug says they have 3 bidders competing to buy Fly. I mean, it's obviously run today. I have no clue on that one. So those are crapshoots. You just never know what the price they will go at and stuff. So. Scott, can you scan PLTR if you follow this company? Thanks. And that's the one we just did, and we just talked about it. Or no, excuse me, we talked Plantair. So that's the one that Kathy Woods got involved in, and it ran. But here's the thing with Plantair, and I don't know why people just don't want to. Why people just don't want to believe the truth. So Plantair came out with earnings, right? And what did they say? With the earnings, we don't have the growth we expected. They came out and told you, they were honest with you. They said, we're not looking good. And the stock was up here in the 29s, 30s, and it, came all the way down here. Kathy Wood stepped in and, it spiked up a little bit. And, unless she's buying a lot more of it, it's going to keep coming down or, remaining flat. It's kind of like Tesla. Tesla said, we know how many cars they're going to sell next year. Maybe they're off by 50,000, 100,000 cars, but we know what they're going to do. There's people don't understand is the market it moves every day in the whole gambling aspect of it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't equate to it just doesn't, you need revenues, you need sales. So unless there's going to be something new that happens, I don't see it running. So, is it a good entry point? Probably around this 23 to 25 bucks is good for it. But yeah, I don't see anything strong there. Sandy, $2 from chat. Any recommendation for casino stocks? So, I've told you guys, I like this one. We were there last night, and I'm not just saying this because I play there. I like Monarch a lot. Oh, wow. And they had was the earnings out today? So maybe the earnings were next week. I don't know. Where earnings day? Or wait. April. I don't know. I don't know why I would be up 4 points after hours today. That seems a little out of it. But I like Monarch a lot. I don't like Caesars. I like playing at Caesars, and I enjoy their stuff. But Penn Gaming is another one that's done really well. That one was like 140 the other day. It's come down. Yeah, it was like 135, 140. The high, 142 it got up to. Penn Gaming looks really strong. Let me just the reason I don't like the Caesars with the whole takeover deal with I think they have a lot of properties, and while the reopening trades and the casinos will come back well, and also you have the online stuff, the gambling, which is going to be big. But Caesars still has like the Rio shut down. I think most of their properties are starting to open, but they have a lot of rooms to fill. Same with MGM and stuff like that. So they're going to be definitely a lot tougher to fill and stuff. And they're in a lot of markets versus like Monarch. Reno is definitely a smaller market, but like in Colorado, they have a new property. It's dominant. And I can see how busy they are. I'm physically in them. There's some, when I was just in Vegas last time, Cosmo was pretty busy. Bellagio was actually really busy, and we walked over to Caesars and it was empty. But you got to remember, Caesars is, it's 4,000 or 5,000 rooms. If they don't have a lot of, people there, or rooms booked or conventions, it's going to be empty. Where, Cosmo, 800 rooms or 1,000 rooms, it doesn't, it's a destination location because everybody's talking about it. It's going to do really well. Look at the Venetian, he just sold or has a deal to sell his Vegas stuff because it's a tough market. And I think, with Caesars, they have a heavy concentration between downtown Reno and, the Vegas Strip. So I wish them the best. I love playing there, and I wouldn't, when I do stay there, the rooms are great. The restaurants have been great. Caesars was my place for 20 plus years that I used to play at. I think the one that's going to have a really tough time will be, I think it opens this month or by May. I just got an email on it. The Virgin Atlantic, the new Virgin Hotel out there. It's just like the Palms. Station Casino spent almost $1 billion to fix up the Palms, and it's still closed. How did it do? It's going to be tough, and people don't understand that even with reopening trades or things get going again, you still have a lot of space, and things aren't going to be the same for a little while. So it's definitely going to be interesting how stuff shapes up and everything. So Brett says Tesla had news today of hiring 500 new people in Germany. Meanwhile, Volkswagen signs letter of intent on battery maker in Sweden for the next 10 years, lithium-based batteries. So. Yeah, and I think Tesla was up today. It turned around. It was down, and then when the whole market turned around with everything, it took off. After hours down a little bit, but yeah, up 24 points today. So nice comeback from 550, but still way off from $880. So definitely have to look at that. Ernest, can you look at USWS? Earnings weren't good, especially with oil and gas during pandemic, but it's an electric frac company. Considering this administration, I feel it will excel. Texas-based company. Sure. USWS. That's a good one for Kenny, too, the research. Any of this stuff, too, guys, and you're Patreon members, this is great stuff for Kenny, to discuss with him. He knows this stuff inside and out. He's following a lot more stocks, especially a lot of the stuff under a couple of dollars. That's his, niche. So he definitely has that, that he's watching. This one here has been, from nothing. Obviously had a nice peak. If the earnings, they're losing money. I don't know. I always look at this. If you're not a technology company, and if you're not a technology company or a company with a product that has a reason that it's going to turn around and become so profitable, why do you want to buy a stock on a company that's been around for years? Or how long has this one been around for? here's just, here's a chart, December of 18 when it was $7. If you look at this, unless there's something really, really new happening here, or like you said, if they have fractions of, this electric frac company or something, I don't know. I just feel like, there's better investments for your money. If you're looking for those momentum trades, there's also better investments for your money, that you can jump in. So just be very, very careful with them stuff. Thank God, Crazy Carl's here. Can you see how it's going with Cup? That's a 5-year Cup, Crazy Carl, a 3-year Cup. But Crazy Carl's in the house. Thank God. Daniel says AMC not a dead cat. I'd be curious, Daniel, why is it not? Why is a company that's going to losing billions, has real estate all over the place, losing money, not a dead cat? What is their turnaround play? E-commerce, online video rental, CD video rental, kiosks all over the country, like Redbox. What is the turnaround play for AMC? Are they going to build out? And like the One by Me remodel, they have the bar in there now. You can drink in your theater because you're trying to compete against the Alamo and stuff. But what are they going to do to compete? Like people don't get it. Like AMC's going to open up a restaurant. I guess they could take some of their space and try and get a restaurant chain to come in and build some restaurant out. I don't know. It'll be definitely very interested. But the dead cat is bad. It's not politically correct. It's from Kenny. I don't know. So this guy says, Jeffrey, Raja makes money. He's just quoting from Trey's Trades. He's always saying that AMC is not a dead cat. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know who Trey's Trades is. Honestly, I don't really watch anyone else but myself. People always say, Raja, who do you watch? Who do you like slots and different stuff? And honestly, when I'm done in the casino or like with the stocks, I have such a busy day as it is, but and just trying to keep up with the research for you guys and watching the plays I'm doing and stuff. But I always wish everybody the best and stuff. Obviously I watch Brian and Demmer, a few like NG and some of the other slot channels. But yeah, it's tough. Like when you go live for 4 hours in a nighttime, then to go home and watch 3-4 hours of more slot videos or something. So especially with the stocks, I do see a lot of guys in my suggested videos. I see all these people so it shows them they're live for like 4 hours. I'm just like, I don't even know what I would talk about for 4 hours. So Sandy, $10 super chat. Thank you, Sandy. Identity access management stocks, SAIL, OKTA, NOW, CYBR, and ABGO. I am in this field for 5 years. I see our clients increasing exponential every year. Your thoughts? I honestly don't know any. I don't follow any of those stocks. I appreciate all the super chats. We can, this would definitely be for Kenny. I'd love to have you join us in our Patreon group because this is all stuff where Kenny has all the charts on his stuff. He watches these, and this is his stuff. But yeah, I mean, here, if you 6-month chart, it looks like a lot of these are near highs. NOW, NOW we've looked at before. That one's down a little bit. This has been really high. So these are all for like keeping track of the vaccinations and stuff. Like I said, I don't follow them at all. So I'm like the worst person to probably give you advice on these. Like I said, I mean, fundamentally wise, they're all, near highs. Some have been near their highs. I think you just got to kind of play it, go with your gut feeling. One thing for me also, and this is, we've discussed this before, is I don't like to play a ton of stuff. That's why I'm happy playing Apple. A lot of people say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. With what I do and how I think of a lot of stuff, I'm better off with all my eggs in 1 or 2 baskets because I like to really know what I'm playing. I know Apple, and I'm watching Apple all day still, even now. I know Apple like the back of my hand. The only reason right now Apple doesn't do well for me is because they changed margin requirements, which I think are going to change around a little bit. And Apple's been bouncing a little bit, and I don't like some of the premiums. But I can peg Apple. If you guys, I could blindfolded tell you exactly how much the options are, how much next week would be, how much 2 weeks out, how much if you go down 2 points. Like I know the stock backwards and forward and backwards, as they say. So sometimes, but that's why I have Kenny in the research team. So definitely be interesting. And also with the Friday rule changes, we'll probably go over that this week and stuff. That's going to be interesting too with all these rule changes. So it'll be interesting how that affects stocks. We'll talk about that coming up. BC Mike, $5 super chat. AMC doesn't need any of that. Same reason you can sell a baseball card for $1 million. Chat in the Patreon group. LOL. So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. Yeah, it's like I said, if people want to buy something, the millennials see the momentum or they jump on it, stuff will do really, really good. But yeah, just definitely very, very interesting. Let's see. Any other questions here? AMC, Ren says, AMC, another Sears and JCPenney, at least they own their own property. So I thought AMC has leasing. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they own some, but I know they have a lot of leases also, I thought, when I was reading, but not positive on that. So, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. With, shorts having to cover daily and day trading requirements. And I don't know, it'll definitely be interesting. I don't see how hedge funds are going to have to be, and I've been reading up on this. But I don't see a hedge fund having to cover their short every single day or positions that are out. And you have to remember, too, like Citadel and some of these guys, they're the market makers. So I think we're not going to really know how it works and stuff. So it'll definitely be interesting what they do with it and stuff. But like I said, it's going to be exciting. No matter what, next week, Monday and Tuesday are going to be exciting because you have earnings on coming up and stuff. So it's going to be very interesting what they do with the earnings. After hours here. The other thing is, if they are covering, with these changes, you'll probably see a lot of movement. You already would have started seeing a lot of movement to start covering all this stuff. So, and these shorts, they can hedge, just by puts. They can destroy these stocks with puts and other stuff, to level the playing field and stuff. But it'll be interesting what they do. And the thing that I've been looking at is the volume. Look at the volume today on GameStop. 15 million, normally at 44. Yesterday was 28. The volume is really dropping. So that means the interest in the stock is dropping. What does that mean? So it means this morning when all the astronauts woke up, or apes or whatever they want to be, they ran the stock all the way to $231, up 20 points, had a big rally going. And as the day went on, and even at the close, in the last 2 minutes of the day is when it tanked, was all the way down here, and actually went negative for a few minutes, and then they rallied it back $1. I mean, to me, a $200 stock that this stock, the way it moves and ends up $1, after hours means nothing, before hours, but it's losing the momentum. And when it starts losing the momentum, and the other thing that Wall Street Bets has done, and that people don't understand, is they move on to the next stock. So if Wall Street Bets tomorrow is like, all right, it's these two, then everybody forgets about GameStop, and people slowly, secretly start selling it, and the stock just comes down. So, like I said, it'll be interesting. We are going to have a fun 2 more days this week watching what happens. No matter what, if the stock runs to $300, I don't care. I got $270,000 in the hedge. I know next week the volatility is going to move that price up. Ideal situation for me would be GameStop closes or 160, 151, 160, 170 this week. I would love that more than anything. But and I got nervous when GameStop dropped really fast to that 170. I was like, oh God, I'm gonna, but I know how to hedge it. I know how to deal with it. I'd much rather deal with GameStop at 130, 140, 150, 160, 170 than I would at 300. But no matter what, it's going to work out good. I showed you guys some scenarios. If you joined in late, make sure you check out earlier tonight. And I showed you guys what they're doing. So Joey has a question. Casino money question. Are the online casino streamers betting 10,000 a spin legit? My guess is no, they're not. I don't know who you're referring to. I don't really watch any of them doing that and stuff. But anybody who's playing $10,000 a spin is probably not legit. Unless their name is Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. If they go live and they're playing $10,000 spins, I would believe it. There's nobody online, unless it's Sheikh Kabul, I don't know, some Saudi Arabian sheiks, or the person's a billionaire. There's no kids or anybody like dolts, I don't know, what do you want to call them, playing $10,000 to spin online unless it's fake. Just wouldn't make any sense. Not 10,000. I mean, even the 5,000, we're getting set to do that this summer. And it's not like I would do that every day. We're going to do that as a big event for my birthday bash, but still it's a lot of money, $250,000 on the line, for $5,000 spins. I definitely, wouldn't even touch a $10,000 spin. I don't know. We make 25 million. We'll do it. So, Hassan in the house, my boy. Is this dude betting against GameStop? Hell yeah. You let all the astronauts know that GameStop is going to 50 cents, maybe $1. 50 cents. You let them all know. Tell them the Raja said so. But hey guys, that's my show for you. Thank you so much. Tomorrow night's show is going to be a late start because I am flying in the middle of the afternoon. So we'll probably have a later show tomorrow night around 8 o'clock Eastern time when I get into Reno. I'll be doing the show there, and then I'll be live on Facebook for the big jackpot. But we'll definitely have a late start tomorrow on the show. So sorry about that. But maybe we'll get some new people in. If you guys, everyone, big shout out to all our YouTube sponsors and, of course, all of my Patreon members. Any of you guys can join our Patreon group. Just go to patreon.com. Raja Makes Money. Love to have you in there. Kenny and the research team, love to have you. Any of these questions, guys, fire them off at Kenny. He's there to help you guys. That's what he's there for. And he will get you the answers that you guys need. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I just share the trades I make. We share what we see happen in the marketplace. Thank you guys so much. I wish you guys all the best, all my money makers in the market tomorrow. I hope you guys make lots of money. Hopefully we'll see GameStop tomorrow at 180 or something, 190. We'll be up 300,000-400,000, and we will have a hell of a weekend coming up. Take care, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow evening.